guys, Helen Hartsmith here from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel, coming to you today with what could potentially become a series. I'm going to call it Helen's Helpful Hints. Kind of catchy, right? Anyhow, what I thought I would talk to you about today, or the helpful hint that I would bring to you today is, as you can see here, we have a spent candle in jars that I'm sure a lot of us have bought in the past. And so I had this idea, you get to the bottom of these and there's usually wax left in it, and it seemed like such a waste to just throw that away. And so I got to thinking about things and came up with an idea, and I thought I would share it with you. So what I do is I also have a wax tart melt, or I think that's what they're called. Anyhow, I've purchased smelly wax from the store before, but especially like this candle, if I liked the scent of it and, wanted to continue using it, why not make my own tarts? Let's use as much as we can. And of course, this is one of those containers that has the lid, the glass lid that seals. And so I want to keep this jar and use it to store some of my herbs or other accoutrements in it. So I'll show you what I do. So as you can see, we have this jar in a pan of water boiling, doing a little double boiling, and I made sure that this was melted before the video started so that we didn't have to wait for that. I put about 2 cups of water into this pan, and I had it on high pretty much, maybe like medium high, and then you just keep an eye on it until the wax melts. And one thing that I think kind of helps is if every so often, if you take that jar and just kind of move it to the side and keep hot water underneath it, I think that helps the melting process move a little faster. And so now, as you can see, it's a little dark, but it's all melted in there. So we're going to keep it in there so it doesn't solidify as I show you the next step. So I've already removed it, but as you can see here, there's the little metal piece that holds the wick. And so I just have this really long pair of tweezers that I used to pull that out, because of course that wax is going to be hot. And then I have this silicone mold that I've used this thing for so many purposes. I've made bath bombs in it, I've made massage bars, and I use it for this purpose. And I also have to share, this is one that I have already made, and so it's all solidified and ready to go. And so you can make them whatever size that you want. I try to keep mine to about a 1/2 inch, simply because the burner that I use, it doesn't have a very large reservoir, and so I don't want to overflow it. So I thought that I would also show you my little burner. This is, of course, a goddess symbol. I bought this at a Renaissance festival years ago, and in keeping with our upcycle recycle theme that we're kind of doing here, this is a recycled item. This was made from wire hangers and an aerosol can. So you see I've got my tea light, my fresh tea light in the bottom, ready to go. There you see the top of the can. And then the reservoir where we put our wax tart is the bottom of a can. And so as you can see, I'll grab my little tart, put it in there. It's going to melt and it's going to fill it perfectly. And this burner, and of course, if you wanted to, you could use something like this with oil. You could put a little water or olive oil in that with some essential oils with the tea light underneath that and burn that as well. I just like to do the tarts. It's a little cleaner. So I think we're ready to pour. So let's turn the burner off. And I'm going to try to do this all with while holding the camera. Let's see how hot this is. Be careful because it could be hot. Kids, get your parents help, blah, 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 all those safety issues. So you simply pour, and that's about it. It's kind of hard to see because this wax is dark, so it's kind of hard to see it. I'm not going to fill all of them. Let's see if we can get a decent shot there. And so I'm going to put that back in there. I'll finish pouring the rest of it after I'm done filming the video here. Because there's one other thing that I wanted to share. I already have something ready to, well, just about ready to go into this jar. Once I clean it up and get the label off of it and things like that, I will come over here. I have some mullein leaves that I wild crafted, and these have been drying for probably about a week now. And so they're just, I think they're ready to be put away, but I cleaned them off and let them dry, and I've been rotating them on this plate here just to make sure that they dry evenly and they're ready to go. So I'm going to pack them. I think I'm going to try to leave them as whole as possible in that jar. And of course, I already have a little label ready to go on it with mullein, and we've got the year there so that I know when I got it. So there's our little helpful hint for the day. That wax is gonna cool, and you'll be able to pop it out of those silicone molds really easy. I haven't tried it, but I wouldn't suggest doing something like this with like a plastic mold, because for as hot as you need to get the water to make the wax melt, I would fear that it would ruin your plastic mold. So the silicone molds are way more durable, okay? So that's your helpful hint for the day. And until next time, thanks for walking with me. Blessed be.